We are back, baby! Hey, hello! Welcome back to the channel. I have returned from Paris. No particular difference for you because these videos are going out weekly, but as I've mentioned, I've had 5 amazing days out in Paris. It's the day after. I am knackered. Got blisters on my toes from 27-ish thousand steps a day. I've done far too much drinking, far too much eating, but I knew I was going to be doing this. I've had a great time. I've sampled a lot of the wares locally, but now it's time to begin training. It's not even the middle of August and I'm training for May. Oh, here we go.
Dancing around you. Dancing around you. Dancing around you.
So yeah, as you can see, the weather's quite nice. It's sunny, bit of cloud cover here and there. About what, 18-19 degrees. Just perfect riding conditions. Apart from a bit of wind, but hey, give or take that. Unlike yesterday, Paris, where it was 33 degrees C, just out in open air. Oh, it was stifling. The humidity was up. Well, what's 33 degrees in Fahrenheit? About 780. It certainly felt like it. I've never been so glad to get to an airport in my life. So the basic premise of, yeah, today, I'm just nipping out for an hour. I need to get my body moving again, because again, getting bigger. But I've got to, stupidly enough, a point where if I lose 10% of my body weight, that would be a perfect target. So that's my aim over the next few months. Take about 8 kilos off. Oh, just what a day, it's lovely. So if you want to disregard the weight thing, the fitness is where I'm wanted to be. I want to get back to more and, well, no, better than I was 2 years ago. Well, 2 years from the start of my challenge next year. So 18 months ago I was the fittest I've ever been. I'm going to surpass that before May. I've got my one shot at the sub 7 thread, should the weather happen. And yeah, prep for the challenge. Every county in the UK is looming large in my head now, and bar the 100 Climbs Peak Edition at the start of September, I've no agenda. So it's get out and do a lot of miles. I don't have a particular plan, but I'm going to stick to the probably 4 days a week on the bike. Maybe the odd little bit here and there extra, just with increasing mileage. Because time on the bike is training, and the more you do of that, the better you get. And of course, that could mean winter on the turbo, whether that be Zwift, Indy Velo, whatever other platform. I haven't decided yet. I'll work that out in the future. But yeah, let's go out. Oh, it's just nice to be out. Love to be out. Got a sore wrist, but slept on it funny last night. No, night before. Yeah, it is what it is. Just happy to be out and pedalling. Oh, well, that was very lovely. Just so nice to be back out on the bike again. So, yeah, general plan. Just to summarise, I've got the Simon Warren's 100 Climbs Peaks Edition in just under 3 weeks. I think I've double booked myself, or nearly double booked myself. I was going to do the RAF 100. I think that's, sorry, the Manchester 100. In Manchester, obviously, with Russ and a few guys, but I've already paid for the peaks. And then a winter of solid training. Next year's challenge through every county in the UK, I am planning 170 miles a day, so 10-ish hours in the saddle, something like that, until it's done. I've not plotted the route yet, but again, as I say, as soon as I start plotting, I'm going to be shouting out to see if anybody knows anyone that can join me for a bit, that can help plot routes and stuff. It's a big old process, because for that I'm stopping every 40 miles or so to eat. So yeah, anyway, right, I'm going to go get back to normality now, back to work in the morning. Hold the press, it's sunny again. So we move on to a beautiful, again slightly windy, Wednesday, and I thought I would talk about my plans a little bit, slight more detail, but something I'm not hard and fast set to. Just stuff that's plainly obvious, I think. Hopefully you agree with me. But let's get off this busy road first. So, I'll talk about adding structure to my training, which is something I've always done, but I'm just getting back into making a point of it now. Mainly so I don't end up procrastinating on the sofa when the weather's crap. But one of the major changes I'm making, and it's not anything to do with the bike, it's just how I calculate it. I'm going to go by hours, not miles. Now that should be obvious as to the reasons why, especially for someone that lives in a relatively hilly area but has the option of flat rides. Is that distance can be massively skewed by the type of riding that you're doing. Well, obviously, my normal type of rides, if you're into Imperial, which is the only way I've worked it out at the moment, is 60-70 feet per mile of elevation. But I can head south from the house, head towards Blackpool, and do something far less than that on the flatlands, round Pilling, Garstang, that area, which I don't particularly like doing, but I feel like I need to soon. So once I've got up to the top of this bit, I'm going to go into a little bit more of a structured what I should and shouldn't be doing. And there's a Great North Air ambulance. I hope they're okay, whoever's in there. Never like seeing that go overhead. It usually means someone's injured. Which indeed a friend of mine got injured on his mountain bike at the weekend. Some horrible injuries. So Mike, I wish you all the best. He's got a broken hip, broken shoulder, 11 broken ribs, punctured lung. Yeah. Please send him all your wishes, guys, for a speedy recovery, because that's not a pleasant accident. Anyway, let's get to the top of here, and I'll tell you my roundabout plans. Okay, so let's have a bit of a chat about these hours. So, sorry, trying to get you in the hand where you can see me. Let's start on Mondays, shall we? Mondays have generally been a rest day for me in the past, because I've done long mileage in at the weekend. Sorry, it's really busy, really windy here. So Monday would generally be a rest day, but what I'm going to start doing this year is recovery rides. 1 hour-ish, hour to an hour and a half, really easy spin. Just get out there and loosen the legs. Tuesday, I go climbing. That's something I am not giving up on, because I adore rock climbing and bouldering, and it's good core exercise, good cross training, this, that and the other. Wednesday, that's today, that's going to be generally 2.5 hour ride, up to 3 maybe. Through winter, last year I was doing a lot on Zwift, doing quite a lot of 100k rides on there. Now, 100k on Zwift doesn't equate to 100k outside, does it? So mileage is totally different. Power output at a certain time on there, in groups, no outside influences, you go a lot quicker. So that would be Wednesday. Thursday, I go climbing again. Swap you over again. Hang on. Yeah, so Tuesday and Thursday are my climbing days. Now, Friday, I am fortunate enough to finish work at 1 PM on Fridays. So I generally go out and do an easy ride, which is what I'm going to continue doing. Minimum 2 hours, but I want to be at home in the evening for the most part, you know, to enjoy my family, my wife. I do have that. I don't want to neglect that part of my life. Which leads me on to Saturday. Saturday is going to start as a 4-hour minimum. However far that is. 4-hour minimum, but will increase. Will definitely increase. I used to do, well, before last year I was doing a 100-mile minimum on a Saturday, which would be, you know, 6 hours give or take, depending on elevation, he says, as he goes up a hill. Sunday, generally, half to 2/3 of what I did on Saturday. Now, the one big thing I will mention about this is the majority of it's going to be zone 2 training. Average heart rate under 143, 142. It's going down with age, but we're keeping a close eye on my power to heart rate chart, which I still use to track my fitness, and I'm still on an upward trend despite me being a bit fatter at the moment. I've got to the stage now where I've begun to lose weight, and I'm planning to lose 10% of body weight until that is done, or until I'm happy at least. It's just puppy fat around the middle. I say puppy fat, a bit old for a puppy at 46, but so yeah, obviously these are going to vary a bit here and there. Every now and again that's going to change, where I can do maybe a sprint session on a Wednesday instead of a 2-hour easy ride, 3-hour easy ride. I just want to mix it up, but general theory, more hours equals better fitness. So for today, as you can see, I'm in the beautiful bit of South Cumbria, heading up towards Sedbergh via the hilly way, and down to Kirkby Lonsdale, the flatter sort of downhill but massively into the wind today, down past I think Borwick, and then hopefully home with a bit of tailwind, but sod's law and trial and error dictates it. That wind will have probably gone by the time I get there, because it tends to settle in the evening. So let's get to it and see how we get on there.
The room, all the colours, they look good.
So if you count all those numbers up, I'm looking at what, a minimum of 10.5, 11 hours training a week to start with. Which is only going to increase as time passes.
That I want.
So yeah, I am prepared for, what are we on, August? 8 solid months, something like that. 8 solid months of hard training to April. Now, get the legs built up, get the fitness built up, get the weight off. I'll do the Fred as my last training ride for my challenge. I've not set a date for my challenge yet, but we're looking like May again, because the weather's generally more like this. Russ, if you're watching, this is where I'm bringing you on your first ride when you come up here, because you've not been up here before, I know this.
Dancing around you. Watch you move, step 2 by 2. Other people, I only see you.
along naturally as I turn for home. My tailwind, well, my prospective tailwind has buggered off. Thought that might be the case. There's a tiny little bit left, but hey, it is what it is. Just be a little bit slower. Not going to stop me pushing now. Feeling absolutely marvellous today.
All I wanna do is keep you in my view, dancing around you, dancing around you.
I'm sorry, I've got to keep my glasses on for this bit because sun's out. So that is exactly as the doctor prescribed. 225, oh no, 2 hours 25 minutes. 219 watts at, what are we, 135 BPM average heart rate. That's a perfect, lovely zone 2 rate. It's been delightful today, so yeah, that will do just nicely, and that is how I intend to structure my week. If you've got any comments on there, yeah, do drop them in. If you've got any tweaks that you suggest, we'll go for it. But what I'm doing now is getting a decent base for tough winter training, so just slowly creeping up, just basically getting hours on the bike. So that's all that's about. Right, I need a wee. Love you lots. I'll see you later.